So while on holiday in Norfolk, we decided to drop in at Sandringham House. Queen Victoria purchased the estate in 1862 for her eldest son Albert Edward, the Prince of Wales. He became King Edward VII in 1901, following Queen Victoria's death. King Edward's son, who became King George V, and then his son, who became King George VI, both eventually died at Sandringham, and the Sandringham estate was passed to our Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, and like everyone else, she loved this place.
And there's Carol again.
Have you seen how perfect these cut? Yeah.
69?
Yeah. That's ideal size for me because I'm long-sighted.
Chandelier from Buckingham Palace, 1 and 3. York Cottage, where Princess Diana was born.
Whilst you tour this place, there are certain places where you are not allowed to take photographs. Inside Sandringham House is one of those places. However, in other parts of the estate there are old photographs showing the insides of Sandringham House from the old days. If you want to see a modern view, you can always buy the book at the gift shop. The first royal motorist was King Edward VII, who, when still Prince of Wales, took delivery of his first car, a 6-horsepower Daimler, in June 1900. The future king continued to be an enthusiastic promoter of the horseless carriage, and that same year he ordered 2 more vehicles from Daimler. Following his accession to the throne in 1901, he awarded Daimler his royal warrant, converted part of the Royal Mews into the garage for the motor cars, and ordered another new Daimler a 22 horsepower touring carriage painted in dark claret and fine red lines. The first time a motor car was used by the King for an official engagement was on the 19th of October 1904, when he was driven to and from the Woolwich garrison in a 28 to 36 horsepower Daimler with a limousine body, acquired a few months earlier.
Perfect record driven James Bond 007 Aston Martin. This is the Princess car, perfect scaled down model. One seater.
Here's cut.
Voilà.
1947 Daimler. This was the last Daimler to be built for Queen Mary. The car was finished in green and black as Queen Mary intended it for use on private occasions and to avoid the attention which a car in the traditional royal maroon livery might attract by its presence outside the shops or gallery in and around London. For this reason, Queen Mary used to refer to this car as the shopping Daimler. Model car. This model car was built in the 1930s and was used by the Queen and Her Royal Highness Princess Margaret when they were children. It was renovated in 1953 by the Daimler Motor Company, and the number PE 1953 was put on it at the time of renovation. The power is supplied by two 12-volt batteries, and a maximum speed of 8 miles an hour can be obtained. Austin Princess. This car was delivered to the Royal Mews in March 1972. Austin Princesses went out of production about 1969, but two were kept aside for the Royal Mews as the alternative at the time was a Daimler limousine, considered to serve no better purpose and substantially more expensive. It was decided to paint this car in the royal colours, royal claret over black, as opposed to its predecessors which were black all over. It could then be used by junior members of the royal family on official engagements. This was the car which was involved in the incident in the Mall whilst carrying out an official engagement with Princess Anne in 1974. Until its arrival at Sandringham in December 1987, it was used for all kinds of official purposes throughout the country and has provided the most useful suite car behind the Rolls Royces. 1954 Rolls Royce. From its date of manufacture until its arrival at the Royal Mews in 1959, this car was retained by Rolls-Royce Limited, who held it ready for the exclusive use of the royal family. The car was used for duties all over the country and was also used on Her Majesty's tour of Sierra Leone in 1961. It was subsequently used a great deal by His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh whilst carrying out official engagements. This car was built to celebrate Rolls-Royce's Golden Jubilee 1904 to 1954 and is the only one of its kind. Before its arrival at Sandringham in December 1987, it was on display at the Essen Motor Show in Germany. 1929 Daimler 6630 Brougham. This Daimler 66 was purchased by King George V for his personal use and was delivered to the Royal Mews in August 1929. A similar car was also purchased for Queen Mary. The coach worked by Hooper carries the body number 7209 and is referred to as the Brougham, the Queen's Daimler being described as an enclosed limousine. Amongst many special features, the inside woodwork of the Brougham is of dark polished mahogany with fittings of silver and of white ivory. The quarter-sectioned window screen has the wipers working from the top, and the royal identification lamp was fitted on the canopy. After royal service, the Brougham was returned to the Daimler factory, where it unfortunately suffered badly during the war years. The car was presented to Her Majesty the Queen by the Daimler Company in 1968, and a considerable amount of restoration work was carried out. Together with oil Royal Daimlers, it can be seen at the Motor Museum at Sandringham. Apart from the Rolls Royces and cars like this 1914 Daimler that were customised for King George V to shelter the driver, other cars in the collection include cars that the Royals have used for other occasions like shooting parties. Cars like this 1951 Ford Pilot Woody and this 1929 Armstrong Siddeley shooting brake. This was the last Daimler shooting brake ordered and delivered in 1937 for King George VI. Again, these cars featured wooden panels. Daimler was the choice of the Royals as they upgraded from the horse-drawn carriage. This Daimler shooting brake was ordered for King George V in 1924 for his own personal use. The bonnet and the engine side panels were painted and varnished to match the rest of the wood body. The interior seated up to 8 people, and the new mechanical feature of this vehicle was that it employed brakes on all 4 wheels. Again, we see this 1951 Ford Pilot Woody, and we swiftly move on to this 1961 Vauxhall Cresta Friary, which the Queen loved to drive. To the left of that is Prince Philip's 1961 Elvis TD21 and a Rover at the far side. Looking back down the line, facing us is King George VI 1949 Daimler straight 8 limousine. He ordered 2 of these at the same time. The Sandringham Fire Brigade was started in 1862 by King Edward VII. The fire service was based in this very room and was called upon to douse many fires locally, including 2 major fires at Sandringham House. One serious fire was in 1891 when maids lit all the fires in the 2nd floor bedrooms. The top 2 floors were completely gutted, including the rooms of Princess Maud and Princess Victoria. Total damage in 1861 was £15,000. The trophy room at Sandringham. This room is filled with the heads and skins of dead animals. I don't agree with hunting unless you are going to eat what you kill. In my opinion, if you want to go out hunting any animal, make it equal for both sides and do it naked and only with your bare hands, and let's see who comes out on top. I assume King George V and King George VI is responsible for these so-called trophies, and it's sad to know that this still takes place.
This triangle seated chair is an
because I copied the Saxon. For example, discovered in the Earl of Leicester's hostelry at Warwick, it was made of old oak from the now demolished.
And this one's a Sandringham game car. These are the grounds at Sandringham. The house is down there. Totally surrounded by trees. Over there's the car museum for the royal family. And then we are heading towards the lake and the house where Princess Diana was born, along with the rest of the Spencers. This is known as the cottage, York Cottage, where Princess Diana and her brothers and sisters were born. Private place, all in the grounds of Sandringham.
That looks like the bucket for a well.
That's a nice shot. Queen's Nest, small offering to the Blessed Lady, my beloved Majesty, your devoted old servant. That's known as the Queen's Nest. Nice to visit. That was all by that. I'm sure it's cool. Big fat Buddha. This is the church at Sandringham, in the grounds of Sandringham House. Princess Diana. That's one of Princess Diana's relatives. And that would be Princess Diana.